All right, so you're getting ready for an interview for like an aquatic animal health professional position.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it is.
We've got a bunch of RoleCatcher resources to help you kind of figure this whole thing out.
Okay.
We've got career guides, we've got sample interview questions, and even some insights into how AI can help you
Wow.
really get an edge in this whole process.
Awesome.
So think of this deep dive as your like personalized prep session to take you from interview jitters to like
Okay.
complete confidence.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's a really fascinating field and one that's becoming,
right.
more and more vital as our understanding of aquatic ecosystems and sustainable practices evolve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're going to tackle some of the most common interview questions that you might encounter, but
Okay.
we're not just going to like skim the surface.
Yeah.
We're going to really equip you with the knowledge and strategies to craft compelling, insightful answers that will impress.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
We want to impress those interviewers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in.
Okay, let's go.
A classic question you'll likely hear is, describe your experience with diagnosing and treating aquatic animal diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this might seem straightforward,
Right.
but there's a real art to answering it effectively.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Don't just, list off a bunch of diseases you've encountered.
Yeah.
Instead, think of a challenging case that really, tested your skills.
Okay.
Walk the interviewer through your whole diagnostic process.
Mm-hmm.
The initial observations, the tests you conducted, the differential diagnoses you considered,
Right.
and how you ultimately arrived at your conclusion.
Yeah.
And then, detail your treatment plan.
Yeah.
And importantly, the outcome.
Right.
Was it successful?
Yeah.
What did you learn from the experience?
That's a really good point because I think sometimes people forget to talk about
Yeah.
like what they learned from it. Like what could you have done differently or what did
Yeah.
you learn that you
Mhm.
can now apply?
Exactly.
That approach not only showcases your technical knowledge but also your problem-solving abilities
Right.
and your commitment to continuous learning.
Right.
And speaking of learning,
Yes.
RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Their platform provides tailored feedback on your answers,
Oh, yeah.
specific to the job that you're applying for.
Oh, wow.
So you can practice your responses,
Yeah.
get insights on clarity and conciseness, and even adjust your approach based on the company's values and the interviewer's style.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's like having a personalized interview coach
Mm-hmm.
in your pocket.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's get back to those questions.
Okay.
Another common one is, can you describe your experience with water quality monitoring and management in aquatic systems?
Right.
This is where your understanding of water chemistry and its impact on aquatic animal health really comes into play.
Yeah. Be specific about the parameters that you've monitored.
Yeah.
Temperature, pH, dissolved oxygen and ammonia levels, and the methods you've used.
Oh.
Have you utilized, electronic probes, spectrophotometry, or traditional titration techniques?
Okay.
Detail your experience with, interpreting the data and implementing corrective actions.
And be prepared for follow-up questions that test your critical thinking skills.
Okay.
For example, the interviewer might ask,
Mhm.
tell us about a time you had to quickly adjust water quality parameters to prevent harm to the animals.
Right.
This is your opportunity to demonstrate your quick thinking, your problem-solving abilities, and your proactive approach to animal care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is where, those real-world examples we talked about earlier become so crucial.
Yes.
Having a few specific scenarios in mind, ready to share, can make your answers much more compelling and memorable.
So don't just be like theoretical, be like,
Exactly.
oh, this one time this happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a story.
Have a story.
Yeah.
That's really good advice.
Yeah. And be prepared to discuss how you'd handle a potential biosecurity breach.
Cool.
Interviewers want to see that you can think on your feet
Yeah.
and take decisive action to protect animal health.
It's all about being proactive
Right.
and having a plan in place
Exactly.
to mitigate risks.
Yeah.
Speaking of risks, let's talk about regulatory compliance.
Okay.
A common interview question you might encounter is, can you describe your experience with regulatory compliance in the aquatic animal industry?
Okay.
This is where a solid understanding of the relevant laws, regulations, and permits comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You might be asked about specific regulations regarding water discharge waste management, or the use of antibiotics in aquaculture, for instance.
Right.
Or if you've worked in a research setting, you might be questioned about ethical guidelines for animal care and use,
Mm-hmm.
or regulations surrounding the import and export of aquatic species.
It's essential to demonstrate that you're not only aware of the regulations, but also understand their importance and have a track record of adhering to them.
RoleCatcher's AI can be a real asset when preparing for these types of questions.
Absolutely.
Their platform provides insights into industry-specific regulations and helps you tailor your answers to demonstrate compliance expertise.
You can even practice answering questions related to specific regulatory frameworks,
Okay, good.
ensuring you're well prepared to address those nuances during your interview.
Okay, let's move on to a topic that's close to my heart:
All right.
aquatic animal welfare.
Okay.
Interviewers will undoubtedly want to know about your experience and commitment to ensuring the well-being of the animals in your care.
You're right. A question you might hear is, can you describe your experience with aquatic animal welfare?
Okay.
This is your chance to showcase your knowledge of the 5 freedoms: freedom from hunger and thirst, discomfort, pain, injury, or disease,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the freedom to express normal behavior
Okay.
and freedom from fear and distress.
Be ready to give specific examples of how you've applied these principles in your work.
Right.
Have you implemented enrichment programs for captive animals?
Mm-hmm.
How have you worked to minimize stress during handling and transport?
These are all great examples. You might also discuss your experience with pain management techniques
Yeah.
or your knowledge of humane euthanasia methods when necessary.
It's about demonstrating a genuine commitment to animal welfare beyond just meeting basic needs.
Absolutely.
Now, shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
let's delve into the world of aquatic animal pathology.
Okay.
You might be asked, can you describe your experience with aquatic animal pathology?
All right.
This is where you can showcase your diagnostic skills and your knowledge of different pathological processes.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to mention any specific techniques you've used, such as necropsy procedures, histopathology, or molecular diagnostics.
Right.
And if you've had the opportunity to conduct research in aquatic animal pathology, highlight those experiences as well.
Okay.
Maybe you've investigated the prevalence of a particular disease or contributed to the development of new diagnostic tools or treatments.
It's all about demonstrating your expertise in identifying, understanding, and addressing diseases that impact aquatic organisms.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools can help you fine-tune your answers to emphasize the specific skills and experiences that align with the job description.
Mm.
They can even provide insights into the types of pathology-related questions that are commonly asked in interviews for similar roles.
It's like having a customized study guide,
Oh, wow.
tailored to the specific challenges you might face during your interview.
Now, let's shift our focus to a question that explores your understanding of genetics.
Okay.
Can you describe your experience with aquatic animal breeding and genetics?
Don't be intimidated if you haven't been directly involved in a large-scale breeding program.
Okay.
Even a foundational understanding of genetic selection, inbreeding, and hybridization can be valuable.
You might discuss how you've applied genetic principles in your work, perhaps by selecting broodstock for desirable traits, or understanding the genetic basis for disease resistance. And if you have experience with genetic analysis tools like PCR or DNA sequencing, be sure to mention those as well.
It's about demonstrating an awareness of how genetics plays a role in aquatic animal health and how you can contribute to breeding programs or research initiatives.
And remember, even if your experience in this area is limited, you can still impress by showcasing your willingness to learn and adapt.
Exactly. It's all about highlighting your passion for the field and your commitment to professional development.
Now let's return to the realm of animal behavior and welfare.
All right.
Interviewers often want to assess your understanding of how behavior can impact an animal's overall well-being.
Mm-hmm.
A question you might encounter is, can you describe your experience with aquatic animal behavior and welfare?
Okay.
This is a great opportunity to showcase your knowledge of behavioral patterns in different aquatic species
Right.
and how those patterns can influence their health.
Begin by discussing your understanding of key principles such as social interactions, feeding strategies, and reproductive behaviors. Then relate those principles to your own experiences.
Have you observed and documented any unusual behaviors that might indicate health problems or environmental stressors?
Yeah.
Have you developed enrichment programs to encourage natural behaviors in captive settings?
Those are excellent examples. You might also discuss your experience with minimizing stress during handling or transport. showcasing your ability to apply behavioral knowledge to improve animal welfare.
It's about demonstrating a holistic understanding of the interconnectedness of behavior, environment, and well-being.
And before we move on, let's emphasize how RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource for preparing for these behavioral-focused questions.
Absolutely. Their platform offers insights into common behavioral challenges faced by aquatic animal health professionals and provides guidance on how to frame your experiences in a way that resonates with interviewers.
You can even use their AI-powered tools to practice your responses and get feedback on your clarity, conciseness, and overall impact.
All right, let's tackle another crucial aspect of aquatic animal health record keeping.
Okay.
You might be asked, how do you approach maintaining accurate and detailed records of aquatic animal health data?
This question highlights the importance of meticulous documentation in this field.
Yeah.
After all, those records provide valuable insights into disease trends, treatment efficacy, and overall population health.
When answering this question, be sure to showcase your organizational skills and your understanding of best practices for record keeping.
Okay.
Have you used electronic databases or specialized software to manage health records?
Right.
Are you familiar with data analysis techniques to identify patterns and trends?
And don't forget to mention the importance of confidentiality and data security,
All right.
especially when dealing with sensitive information.
These are all critical considerations, particularly in research or commercial settings where data protection is paramount.
Now, shifting gears.
Okay.
Let's talk about teamwork.
Okay.
Many aquatic animal health positions involve collaborating with a diverse group of people, from researchers and veterinarians to aquaculture technicians and farm staff. Effective communication and interpersonal skills are essential in this field.
Absolutely. You might be asked a behavioral question like, can you describe a time when you had to work as part of a team to address a challenging aquatic animal health issue?
When answering this question, choose a specific example that highlights your ability to communicate, effectively listen to different perspectives, and contribute to a positive team dynamic. Describe the challenge, your role on the team, the actions you took, and the outcome.
Okay.
And if there were any disagreements or conflicts within the team, explain how you helped resolve them.
It's all about showcasing your ability to work effectively with others to achieve a common goal, the health and well-being of the animals in your care.
Now let's delve into a question that often comes up in interviews for scientific positions.
Okay.
What are some of the most important emerging trends in aquatic animal health?
This is your opportunity to demonstrate your passion for learning and your commitment to staying at the forefront of your profession.
Before the interview, take some time to research current topics in aquatic animal health. You might mention the growing threat of climate change and its impacts on aquatic ecosystems, or the increasing prevalence of antibiotic resistance in aquaculture.
You could also discuss the development of new vaccines and diagnostic tools.
Yeah.
Or the growing interest in using probiotics and other natural approaches to disease prevention.
By highlighting these emerging trends and expressing your enthusiasm for tackling these challenges, you'll leave a lasting impression on the interviewer.
And don't be afraid to share your own thoughts and ideas about the future of aquatic animal health.
Right.
Interviewers are often impressed by candidates who can think critically and offer fresh perspectives.
Now let's wrap up this deep dive into interview preparation with a few final thoughts.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from specific interview questions to broader industry trends. But before we wrap up, I think it's important to touch on career progression within this field.
That's a really good point. Understanding the typical career trajectory can not only inform your answers about long-term goals, but also give you a sense of the possibilities that lie ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's imagine someone starting their journey as an aquatic animal health technician.
Okay.
What kind of responsibilities might they have?
At this stage, it's all about hands-on experience.
Okay.
They might be assisting with sample collection, administering medication under supervision, or meticulously recording data on fish health. Think of it as building a solid foundation.
And as they gain experience, what might the next step look like?
An aquatic animal health assistant would likely take on more responsibility in conducting diagnostic tests, analyzing data, and contributing to reports.
Okay.
They're starting to really develop their analytical and problem-solving skills.
So they're moving from assisting to actively contributing to the team's efforts.
Exactly.
And what comes after that?
The next logical step would be an aquatic animal health specialist.
Okay.
At this level, they've honed their expertise in diagnosing and treating a wider range of diseases. They might even specialize in a particular area, like fish pathology or nutrition.
So they're becoming sought-after experts in their chosen niche.
Right.
What about leadership roles?
That's where positions like Aquatic Animal Health Manager or Director come into play.
Okay.
A manager oversees an entire program,
Okay.
from day-to-day operations to long-term planning.
And a director?
They're the strategic visionaries,
Okay.
shaping the overall direction of aquatic animal health within an organization, collaborating with stakeholders, and even influencing policy.
It's amazing to see how this career path can evolve from hands-on care to shaping the future of the field.
It truly speaks to the diverse opportunities within aquatic animal health.
Yeah.
And speaking of opportunities, let's not forget how RoleCatcher can help you navigate your career journey.
Right, their AI tools go beyond interview prep. They can analyze your skills and experience matching you with potential job openings that align with your goals.
It's like having a personalized career advisor helping you identify the best path forward.
Wow.
And as you progress, the resources can assist you in developing the skills needed for each stage of your career.
So as we conclude this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
With the rapid advancements in technology, from genetic analysis to disease diagnostics, what area of aquatic animal health excites you the most?
It's a question worth pondering.
Yeah.
Whether it's developing sustainable aquaculture practices, pioneering new treatments,
Right.
or advocating for stronger animal welfare policies, there are countless ways to make a meaningful impact.
So as you prepare for that interview, remember this.
Yeah.
You're not just applying for a job. You're embarking on a journey where your passion for aquatic animal health can truly make a difference.
Absolutely.
Let that passion shine through. And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way.
100%.